working for you. CBS 6 News at 5 starts now.
A family worried about this woman and her great-granddaughter. They were traveling from New Jersey to North Carolina for Christmas, but haven't been seen since they stopped at a gas station here in Virginia on Saturday. I'm Julie Bragg.
And I'm Rob Desir. Thanks for joining us here at 5 o'clock on this Monday. CBS 6's Brennan Summers spoke with a worker at that gas station who is now one of the last people to see the two. Brennan, what have you learned?
Well, Rob and Julie, it's now been almost exactly 48 hours since anyone saw Barbara Briley or the car she was driving with her great-granddaughter inside at the time Saturday night. They were heading down from North Carolina, or from New Jersey to North Carolina to spend the holidays with friends and family. Richmond is about halfway through that trip, but still the family's not even sure if the two made it here.
Right now, law enforcement officers from several states, including Virginia, are still trying to find Barbara Briley and her great-granddaughter, Lamira. They disappeared Christmas Eve night, sometime after stopping at this Exxon gas station in Ruther Glen around 5:30 p.m.
She said, "I'm lost." She said, "Can you help me?" I said, "Sure, no problem."
Joanna Strange was working at the gas station when Barbara stopped to try to fix her GPS.
Walking out, and as she was walking in, she's like, "Do you guys have an address here?" And we said, "Yeah, it's right there on the window." So we showed her the address, and so I wrote it down. I put that in her GPS. I said, "Well, you don't got to put that in." And I said, "Just got to hit start from your location."
Barbara and Lamira were trying to get down to their relatives in Anson County, North Carolina, just southeast of Charlotte, but they never made it.
She should have been here at 11.
Barbara's twin nieces, Ginger and Jennifer, say the last time anyone spoke to their great-aunt was about 8 Saturday night. She told their cousin she was stuck in traffic and believes she was still near the gas station where she stopped earlier.
I know that she was in Caroline County based on a cousin tracking or calculation. She was about an hour from the store, so wherever that would put her.
The family called to check on the two later that night, but no one answered.
I guess it was about 10 o'clock. Her son stated that he had tried calling her cell phone and it went straight to voicemail.
Now, Barbara was driving a silver Toyota RAV4 with New Jersey tags. That's the car they're still looking for tonight. You can find the information about the tag number on our website. Meanwhile, as for their holiday weekend, the family members for the Brileys spent their time driving from New Jersey to North Carolina and back, covering every route they could to see if perhaps there was some sort of an accident or a crash, or if they simply pulled over, could they find the car? They haven't found any evidence pointing to where it might be just yet. Working for you tonight, I'm Brennan Summers, CBS 6 News.
A new clue in the disappearance of a woman and her great-granddaughter.
Yeah, the two were traveling from New Jersey to North Carolina for Christmas, but haven't been seen since stopping at a gas station here in Virginia on Saturday.
Our Sandra Jones joins us live with now why investigators believe they may have been in the Tri-Cities area. Sandra?
Julie, we're in Dinwiddie County off Weekly Road, where the sheriff says that they received information that the missing woman, her great-granddaughter, may have been in this area for 2 days. Based on that information, the sheriff says that they have had an all-out search, a 2-mile radius search of this area since 10 a.m. this morning. Now, according to multiple police sources, a signal was picked up from Barbara Briley's cell phone around 1:30 Sunday morning. At a tower near I-85 and Route 1 here in Dinwiddie County. Sources say then the cell phone was turned off and has not been turned back on. State police are also assisting the New Jersey authorities at this time in finding 71-year-old Barbara Briley and her 5-year-old great-granddaughter, Lamaya. The two disappeared Christmas Eve after they reportedly stopped at an Exxon gas station in Ruther Glen around 5:30 Christmas Eve. Now, they were headed to North Carolina to visit family from New Jersey for the holidays. The state police say Barbara Briley was driving a silver Toyota RAV4 with New Jersey license plates C80 and the letters ELS. Now, if you've seen that vehicle, if you have any information about this disappearance, you can call 911 or pound 77 on your cell phone. Working for you in Dinwiddie County, Sandra Jones, CBS 6 News.
Some new security video which shows a grandmother and her great-granddaughter before they went missing on Christmas Eve. Good evening, everyone. I'm Candace Burns.
And I'm Bill Fitzgerald. Our Sandra Jones tells us about the video and the cell phone data that has investigators on the lookout down in Dinwiddie. Sandra?
Well, Bill, that surveillance video came into us just a short time ago and actually shows the missing woman walking into the convenience store, walking to the counter, and that was in Caroline County at that gas station. Now, there has been a massive search here in Dinwiddie County since about 10 a.m. this morning. The sheriff tells us that they have received information that the missing woman and her great-granddaughter may have been in this area for the past couple of days. Now, according to multiple police sources, a signal was picked up from Barbara Briley's cell phone around 1:30 Sunday morning at a tower near I-85 and Route 1 here in Dinwiddie County. Sources say then the cell phone was turned off and has not been turned back on. State police say they've also used a search plane to find 71-year-old Barbara Briley and her 5-year-old great-granddaughter, Lamaya. Barbara reportedly stopped at an Exxon gas station in Ruther Glen around 5:30 in the evening on Christmas Eve. You can see her again in the surveillance video we have for you. The family tells CBS 6 that they were in contact with Barbara at the time before she and her great-granddaughter went missing. The two left New Jersey, headed to North Carolina for the holidays to see family. Now, state police say Barbara Briley was driving a silver Toyota RAV4 with New Jersey license plate C80 and the letters ELS. If you've seen that vehicle or if you have any information that can help police, dial 911 or #77 on your cell phone. Working for you in Dinwiddie County, Sandra Jones, CBS 6 News.
Good evening. I'm Bill Fitzgerald.
I'm Candace Burns. Barbara Briley and 5-year-old Lamira vanished while they were driving through Virginia on Christmas Eve. Police have been searching for them since then, and today they've been in the Tri-Cities area. But CBS 6 News has learned that search has extended to the Virginia-North Carolina line, and that's where we find our John Burkett tonight. John, what can you tell us?
Candace, the Christmas trip for the great-grandmother and great-granddaughter from Jersey to North Carolina grows more and more mysterious by the hour. Multiple law enforcement sources tell us tips after the evening news led police to this area in Warren County near the Virginia-North Carolina border off of Interstate 85. Now, earlier today you mentioned there was a search in Dinwiddie County. There was a focal search there near Route 460 and Interstate 85. A cell phone signal from Barbara Briley's phone bounced off a tower, according to sources. That was around 1:30 in the morning, and then the phone was turned off and hasn't been used since, according to a source. The last time Briley was seen was Christmas Eve around 5:45 in Caroline County, the Carmel Church, Ruther Glen area. How do we know this? Well, the Caroline County Sheriff's Office has provided us with surveillance video of Briley walking in and out of the Carmel Church Exxon a couple of times before getting into her car and leaving that area. Deputies say she never looked like she was in distress. A man deputies have spoken with confirms that he saw the granddaughter inside the SUV. As for that SUV, it is silver in color. It's a RAV4 with Jersey tag C80ELS. Now, if you see that car, or you see Barbara Briley and her great-granddaughter, you're asked to call police. Working for you in Warren County, John Burkett, CBS 6 News.
Oh, John, can't even imagine how their family is feeling right now. We hope that they are found safely. Thank you so much for that update.
The search continues tonight for a woman and her great-granddaughter who vanished while driving through Virginia on Christmas Eve. Today, a new clue in this mystery. Sandra Jones joins us live with where the woman's debit card was used recently. Sandra?
Julie, this investigation is now focused on Barbara Briley's hometown, more than 500 miles away in New Jersey. Now, detectives there say that they've been contacted by a local bank showing activity on her debit card, but still no sign of the missing woman or her great-granddaughter. The disappearance of a New Jersey woman and her great-granddaughter is taking yet another turn. Authorities in New Jersey confirmed that Barbara Briley's debit card has been used at a local bank in her hometown. But detectives there are working to find out who did it and when it happened, with Barbara's family expressing concern for her safety.
She always answers her phone. She always calls us.
Ever since Barbara Briley and her 5-year-old great-granddaughter Lamira disappeared, there's been reported clues from up and down the East Coast. Police say the 71-year-old left her New Jersey home around 5:45 p.m. on Christmas Eve, heading to North Carolina. Barbara reportedly stopped at the Carmel Church pit stop in Ruther Glen, Virginia, to get directions. Around 1:30 a.m. on Christmas morning, police receive a signal from Barbara's cell phone at a tower in Dinwiddie County. Wednesday, detectives in New Jersey say Barbara's bank card is used at a local ATM in Mays Landing, New Jersey. Surveillance video at the Exxon gas station in Ruther Glen shows Barbara Briley walking in and later walking out. Briley's family is still holding out hope, saying the retired New Jersey Transit driver is no stranger to long-distance driving.
I'm going to go with, she got lost in the mountains, reception got bad, her car broke down, and she's just waiting for somebody to see her or pop up, and that's the only thing I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about nothing negative.
Now, state police need your help to find Barbara Briley and her great-granddaughter Lamira. She was last seen driving a silver Toyota RAV4 with the New Jersey license plate C80 and the letters ELS. Now, if you have any information or if you've seen that vehicle, contact state police. Call 911 immediately or pound 77 on your cell phone. That will go directly to state police. Working for you above I-95 in Richmond, Sandra Jones, CBS 6 News.
We have some breaking news and a story we've been covering for days now. The search is now over for a woman and her great-granddaughter who vanished while driving through Virginia on Christmas Eve. Our Sandra Jones joins us live with the very latest from investigators. Sandra, are they okay?
Well, Julie, we are getting reports from multiple police sources at this hour that Barbara Briley and her 5-year-old great-granddaughter have been found safe in Dinwiddie County in a rural area around the county courthouse at this hour. Now, we've been told from those police sources that the family has been notified. They're meeting with them, and they are supposed to be meeting at the Dinwiddie County Sheriff's Office sometime this evening to reunite with those family members. As you have mentioned, they have been reported missing since Christmas Eve, which has brought them here to the Virginia area, south to Dinwiddie County. And then there was another report of Barbara's debit card being reported, the activity being used in New Jersey. But again, we're hearing from multiple police sources that they have been found safe. Of course, we'll have more information and bring it to you at the top of the hour. Back to you.
All right, Sandra.
That breaking news, multiple police sources telling CBS 6 the 5-year-old girl and her great-grandmother who went missing Christmas Eve have been found alive. I'm Bill Fitzgerald.
I'm Candace Burns. This is news we were all hoping for. CBS 6's Sandra Jones is live in Richmond with all of the information that we know so far. Sandra?
Well, Candace, as you know, this story is still developing, but multiple sources are telling CBS 6 that Barbara Briley was taken to the hospital for observation, and the 5-year-old is doing okay. Now, sources tell us that the two were found in a rural area around the Dinwiddie County Courthouse off Nash Road sometime this afternoon. We're still working to get that information. Now, we've also been told that the family has been notified at this hour, and they will be reuniting with the family at some point this evening. Now, as you know, the two were reported missing on Christmas Eve. They stopped here in the Ruther Glen area in Caroline County at the Exxon gas station, where surveillance cameras showed Barbara Briley going in and walking out of that convenience store on Christmas Eve. From there, as of yesterday, we've learned that around 1:30 a.m. on Christmas morning, there was a signal picked up from Barbara's cell phone at a tower in that area around the Dinwiddie County airport. And then from there, we had heard today from New Jersey authorities who told us that they had received information from a local bank that there was some activity on her debit card. And now we've learned today that the two were found safe through police sources, found safe in the Dinwiddie County area around the courthouse, and will be reunited with the family sometime this evening. We'll send it back to you.
All right, good news. Thank you, Sandra.
Police telling CBS 6 the 5-year-old girl and her great-grandmother who went missing Christmas Eve have been found alive. Our Sandra Jones is live now from VCU Medical Center with all the information we've got so far tonight. Sandra?
Bill, state police say that Barbara Briley has been med-flighted here at a VCU Medical Center for medical attention at this hour. Now we're told that her great-granddaughter is alert and appears to be unharmed. Now, state police say that it was a property owner in Dinwiddie County who spotted Barbara Briley's silver Toyota RAV4 on his property and contacted police. Now, investigators say that Briley and her 5-year-old great-granddaughter Lamira were inside of the vehicle about a mile away from Nash Road. That's near the Dinwiddie County Courthouse. Barbara Briley and her great-granddaughter left New Jersey, headed to North Carolina. That was on Christmas Eve. They stopped at an Exxon gas station in Caroline County to get directions. And where Briley was actually captured on surveillance camera walking in to that convenience store and then walking out. Barbara and her great-granddaughter were reported missing after that point, after they lost contact with family members. Then on Christmas morning, a cell phone signal was reported in Dinwiddie County. And today, deputies there found the two safe and alive in a wooded area near the courthouse. Now, we did speak with family members who say that they were meeting with FBI at this hour, but would not release any more information. So we hope to get, obviously, reaction, hear more from them tonight at 11. Working for you in downtown Richmond, Sandra Jones, CBS 6 News. Bill, back to you.
Now back to that story we mentioned right at the top of the newscast. For the first time, we are actually hearing from the man who found that woman and her great-granddaughter who had been missing for days after traveling through Virginia on Christmas Eve. It's a CBS 6 exclusive.
Yeah, and our Sandra Jones spoke exclusively to that man about the life-saving discovery. Sandra, what did he tell you?
Robin, Julie, he calls it truly amazing. He says he saw a vehicle parked on the side of the road and thought it was a hunter, but he says he reached for his phone when he saw a person moving on the ground.
It's just amazement.
More than a mile down this dirt road.
I've never seen anything other than a four-wheel drive truck back here.
Deep into the woods of Dinwiddie County.
The ridge before you go down the hill to the creek, I saw the Toyota and recognized it from the news story.
A passerby who declined to show his face tells CBS 6 he was walking his dogs and spotted the vehicle belonging to 71-year-old Barbara Briley.
I walked around. I thought that possibly it was a hunter at first. Then I noticed the passenger door was open, and I saw a purse laying on top of a cooler.
As the man walked closer to the vehicle,
I saw the great-grandmother laying on the ground, probably about 10 yards away.
He says he yelled twice before seeing a woman's head move.
And then when I yelled the third time, the little girl popped her head up. She had been laying beside her grandmother underneath some covers.
The man called 911 and verified the New Jersey tags. He says the woman was disoriented and needed medical attention.
When I did walk down there, the great-grandmother was obviously in trouble of some sort. She was moving her hands, but she wasn't speaking. She was making some noises, but not verbal communication.
But he says Lamira talked a lot and did not want him to leave.
When I told her I had to come up to meet the ambulance and the sheriff because they didn't know where this was, she asked me not to go, and I promised her that I would come back, and it was really sweet. She told me she loved me.
Now, the Briley family released a statement on Facebook thanking everyone who assisted the family during this time. They asked for privacy at this time as Barbara Briley recovers here at VCU Medical Center at 6. Why that passerby believes that the weather played a role in their survival. Working for you in downtown Richmond, Sandra Jones, CBS 6 News.
A family is very thankful tonight after their loved ones who were missing for 4 days were found alive. The great-grandmother and her granddaughter went missing on Christmas Eve after setting off on a 500-mile trip down the East Coast. They were last seen and found in Virginia. Our Sandra Jones spoke exclusively with their family outside VCU Medical Center.
Relieved and extremely grateful. That's how family members describe their emotions. Barbara Briley's daughters tell CBS 6 her condition is improving. She's alert and talking just days after being stranded in the woods.
We were very emotional, crying, laughing, praying, thanking God.
Tanya Floyd and her sister Terry Ramser are overwhelmed with joy, having their mother, 71-year-old Barbara Briley, and 5-year-old Lamira safe with family now by their side.
I prayed the prayer. I didn't care how God brought them to us. I just wanted God to bring them home.
Briley and her great-granddaughter were found in a wooded area off Nash Road in Dinwiddie County Wednesday night. A man who lives near the property was walking his dogs when he spotted the silver Toyota and called 911. Terry Ramser tells CBS 6 how the two survived in the woods.
Lamira took the food and she fed her and her great-grandmother every day. She took the water and gave her and her grandmom something to drink every day. She covered her with a blanket. You could tell she tried to plug up her cell phone.
Briley's daughters say their mom is an experienced driver who's made the trip from New Jersey to North Carolina many times.
I just think that due to the heavy traffic and all of the construction and the detours that she was on, I think that it sent her in a wrong direction.
As for that passerby who found Barbara and her great-granddaughter, the family says they're eternally grateful.
I can never say thank you enough. And I just want to say thank you a million times to him, because if it wasn't for him, we would still be out there running up and down the highways every day searching for him.
Now, family members tell CBS 6 they're working to provide toys and other gifts for little 5-year-old Lamira since she missed out on Christmas. Barbara Briley is expected to be here for a few more days, and the family says they're not leaving until she's released. Working for you in downtown Richmond, Sandra Jones, CBS 6 News.